about was CW on amateur radio.
Really? Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, he never had a microphone. He's one of those guys back in the day, and there was a lot of them when I was first licensed way back. They never had a microphone ever plugged into any of their equipment. All CW, and that was it. W2SDR.
Kilo 3, Bravo Delta Mexico.
K3BDM, you are on sideband, W3MMR.
Oh, it's,
I never realized, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you too, sir. Just came home and turned on the radio, and I just wanted to say good evening before I jump out again.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we spoke the other night. Name here is Perry, W3MMR. Yeah, Clark's in here too, and my father, Frank, W2SDR, is in here as well. So, good evening. Sounding good down here in Chester, Pennsylvania.
Oh, get out of here, man. I can't believe that. Pennsylvania, it sounds so good. Okay. All right, Chester, in Springfield, Massachusetts. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good in Springfield, Massachusetts. Yeah, well, you're sounding good down this way. Big signal, about 20 over S9, so sounding real good, that's for sure.
Okay, let me just say good evening to your dad. Good evening, Dad.
yeah, good evening, my son. W2SDR, Salem County, southern New Jersey, about 40 miles west of Atlantic City. Whiskey 2, Sierra, Delta, Romeo.
Okay, I just grabbed my pen so I could, hold on, where's my paper? I grabbed the pen, but no paper. Okay, here we go. So, give me the call again, please.
Sure. Whiskey 2, Sierra, Delta, Romeo. W2SDR. Love that history, Perry. It's right up your alley. He mentioned CW in there. I just read it.
Yeah, I'm at the point where he's just talking about on the ARRL Radio Amateurs Handbook.
No, I'm telling you, people like Doug. He's got it going on. It's the best mic preamp I've ever heard in my entire life. He's got an ear too. See, not just an engineer. He's got an ear.
Perry? Perry, could you give me your call again, please?
Oh yeah, it's Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo, W3MMR.
Okay, I think I missed something. Whiskey 3, I just have the NNR.
Yeah, relay, Perry?
Nah, it's Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo, Mike, W3MMR.
10-5.
Okay, QSL, got it. All right, no.
Quit it.
10-5.
I know you guys having a conversation, so I'm just gonna sit back. I just wanted to make sure I got the call here.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Yeah, Pop, I don't need you to pass a 5 for me.
Hey, Brent, since the bashments don't start for another 5 hours, what are you racing out to go do?
I couldn't help it.
Yo, pull up the bashment. Good evening, buddy. How you doing, man?
It's a gozo. Seeing?
All right, my brother. Everything Chris on Curry.
Always Chris and Curry, every time.
I got some Jensen transformers here.
Wow, that sounds good. What was that?
That was a drifting carrier. What'd you say? You had some Jensen transformers there?
Oh yeah, they're the best audio coupling transformers you can get. All those really vintage mixing boards, Jensen's, man, they're like $150 for a transformer. For just an audio coupling transformer, 600 to 600 ohm, Jensen's, the best.
Jensen, the best. It's like a commercial.
No, I'm serious. I mean, you know, anybody knows anything about audio, Jensen isolation transformers. You get those isolation transformers for like $3 on eBay. Jensen's are like $200.
Jesus. Well, I guess if you got the ear for it and the right application, it's worth it.
Oh, when you get a chance to finish reading that history, I know we're on the air, but Jensen, ONV. Him and I were using Jensen transformers way back in the day for coupling to from audio racks to ESSB stuff, and we use Jensens. See, the thing is with those isolation transformers for audio, the bass. To get the bass, you need the transformer. I mean, to get the low end, that's what separates the men from the boys on those audio coupling transformers.
Yeah, you gotta get full fidelity. Yeah, W2ONV, man, I haven't heard that call in a while. One nice voice in downtown, God, what the hell was the name of the city he lived? Saddlebrook, New Jersey.
Yes, 8 elements of educated aluminum.
Wow. Could you really talk some more in that microphone, please?
Yeah, it was, he used that Neumann U87 and 8 elements of educated aluminum.
Man, yeah, he was the pioneer of it, boy, that extended single sideband. There's an audio recording of you from like 2000 or 2001 in NU9N's website when you were WI3D, along with a host of other recordings on there. But I mean, I think he recorded you at like 2.8 kilohertz, and you sounded, I mean, like full fidelity. 10 kilohertz of full audio bandwidth on AM. It sounded really good.
Well, him and I go back a long way, like right in the beginning of all that stuff, and I've kind of lost track of him. But we used to get on all the time. I was on 20 meters, believe it or not. John and I and W2ONV and all those guys, guys that make a lot of equipment today for AM even. I'm trying to remember some of the names, but John, NU9N, you ever been to his website? He's got a tremendous amount of 2496 and all that stuff, info on his website.
Oh, that's why I did a lot of my got a lot of knowledge on just processing and audio and all the basics of things off his website. And WZ5Q Mike down there in Louisiana, and the Voodoo Audio and the Voodoo Labs and his 950 TS950 SDX mods that he does, and the mods that he does to all the Behringer equipment and all the Bellari equipment and so on and so forth. But no, John's website is a wealth of information. I've directed a lot of people to his website over the past few years. W3MMR.
W2SDR. Well, this is all in 20 meters, 14.178. Back in the day, around 1996 to 2003 was on the forefront. And you figure 20 meters, how could you do that? We'd get on in the morning when the band would open up, like around 9 to like maybe 10:30, and then in the afternoons. And we running a lot of power, you can just break through the band. And yeah, it was fun back in the days. You know, kind of being on the cutting edge of single sideband audio. Now, of course, AM, all those guys started on AM, but it was started the whole ESSB movement, the hi-fi sideband stuff way back then. It's like, God, 20 years ago now.
Yeah, now it's easy to do with SDRs and such, you know. But I remember you making recordings doing mini disc recordings and stuff, and a little silver mini disc player and recorder you had set up and down in the shack and all that. I remember all that stuff as a kid. And I remember sitting down there in the shack with you listening to Bill. It was Bill, right? W2ONV, I think that's what his name was. And you could see his voice, you could go to sleep to that guy's voice, man. He had the radio voice of radio voices.
Yeah, well, he was a great DXer, too. See, people figure it's hi-fi. This guy would work all over the world. He had hundreds of countries. Because he had that really good ear that he could have very good full-bodied audio, but he would cut through the DX. The guy was unbeatable in pile-ups on 20 meters.
Yeah, I'm on his website right now, W2ONV.com. Bill Salerno. I do remember reading that, and he was a very avid DXer with 300 some odd countries and DXCC awards and, you know, so on and so forth. CQ Worldwide awards. And I mean, this guy, you look at him, he looks like something straight out of Goodfellas. He sounded like it, and he looked the part too. This guy, I'm looking at some of his pictures right now, and that hair of his, boy, you talk about having some hair. He had a head of hair on him.
It's funny that you say that. You know, let me tell you something. When we first moved into this house, I don't know if you remember this. I had gotten up one night in the middle of the night, and I didn't know the house yet because we first moved in here. I almost opened up trying to get to the bathroom or something, the basement steps, the door. It almost fell down the flight of steps. Well, he never forgot that. When I got on the next day and told him about that, he said, you've got to lock that door, you've got to put a sign on there, you got to do something, but you're going to kill yourself on those damn steps.
Well, you were probably going back try to get back into the bedroom, because your bedroom door is right next to the basement door. So, I remember that too, when he almost went down the steps. I mean, if you would have fell down them steps, you would have killed yourself. I mean, going down those steps, because there's no landing. I mean, the landing is about 2 feet by 2 feet and a wall, and then concrete right behind the wall.
Yeah, it's like going down memory lane, you know. I mean, some of these folks that are really, you know, landmarks in this hobby that are gone now, that have really set the stage for what goes on the radio right now. And I'm just glad to be a part of it and learn from some of these guys. So, all right, I'm going to sign out. I've monopolized enough tonight. I'm going to go up and maybe watch a little TV. Old Military Radio Net tomorrow, Perry.
Live from downtown on this first day of April, this is your friend Bill, W2ONV 19.
You know, he got hammered by the FCC for excess power, but that's for another day. W2SDR 73.
Yeah, no problem, man. Good talking to you tonight, and I'm gonna send you a video here of my noise. Just doing a recording here of us on the on my receiver. this time, not not using any other ones. So you'll hear the difference from when you were over here to what it is now. So take care. I'm gonna sign as well. Well, I'm not gonna sign. I'm just gonna listen out and scan the interwebs for a while. Maybe do some stuff around the shack. So take care. W2SDR, W3MMR. See you on the net in the morning.
Yep, 7-3.